Dink, dink.
Dink, 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 dink.
Welcome back to the Jenna Julien Podcast featuring Jenna's lovely summer dress.
Aw, stop.
All right, I'll stop. This episode of the Jenna Julien Podcast is brought to you by 5 Star. Guys, back to school is going to come and you're going to need some school supplies. Go to 5 Star to get your school supply needs. They have awesome backpacks, built quality, built to last. You can enter the sweepstakes today at Mead, MEAD, 5 spelled out, FIVE star.com/sweeps. There's an awesome sweepstakes going on.
What can you win?
What can you win? Well, funny you ask, because you can win things like this.
Whoa.
Awesome 5-star backpacks. If you guys follow the vlogs, you know that came to the house, and I didn't know that we had 5 Star as a sponsor yet. So I was like, who sent me a brand new backpack?
5 Star did.
5 Star did. So guys, go check it out. Mead5star.com/sweepstakes. More on that later on. This
or
episode,
if you're not a student and just want some supplies.
Everyone needs a backpack.
To life.
Everyone needs a backpack.
I want a life.
For something. Yeah, to life. Do you live?
Do you even live even?
This episode is also brought to you by Tracker. Tracker makes losing things a thing of the past. It's basically a coin-sized device that you can track misplaced keys, wallets, bags, computers, things like that. Super, super helpful, super practical, pretty incredible. You can go right now to thetracker.com. That's THE tracker.com and enter promo code Jenna Julien for 30% off your entire order with Tracker.
Incredibly helpful.
Thank you to our sponsor.
I want to get one of those for my mom. One time I found her keys in the piano.
Yeah, my mom loses everything. She loses her keys, her phone. Like, she goes through like 3 phones a year. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
What are we doing today, Julie?
Well, funny you'd ask. Again, well, it's Sunday. We normally record Thursday to Saturday, sometime in that span of days. We were recording on a Sunday today because we wanted to do a post UFC 200 podcast.
Yes. We watched it last night, as did many people. Do you know what the figures were for?
I looked it up. The pay-per-view buys are not available yet. And even when they do come out, a lot of them are kind of weird figures because people are reporting facts that aren't facts. And I do have some information, though. So I thought we would... Oh, by the way, guys, my hair's not blonde. The green screen has to key out my yellow hair for it to be, appear in the shot. So I still have yellow hair.
But I am glow-in-the-dark pale. I have no tan on. I'm very pale. I'm a pale person.
You're cute pale.
Yeah, stop it.
You don't need tan. I don't know why
You're gonna make me blush.
Well, I'll see it because you're pale.
Shut up. Oh,
all right,
my God.
so I came up with a game. Well, first, I want to just have us react. I think we should just kind of have a debrief, if you will, of like our thoughts on the fight with all that crazy hype leading up to it, what we think, our reactions. And then we'll go into the game that I developed.
Okay, let's go.
Why don't you start?
I will start with the first 2 nights of UFC 200 were far superior to the main night of UFC 200.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't familiar, Thursday night and Friday night, there were separate fights. As like a giant fight week spectacular, they had 3 fights, including Saturday's fight.
Yeah, like the Joanna Claudia fight was incredible.
That was such a good fight.
And that was the night before.
That was Friday night.
Imagine if that was the headlining fight instead of Misha and Amanda.
I would have been okay with it. And Eddie Alvarez, he fought Thursday night. That was an amazing fight.
It was. Last night was weird. The whole thing was weird. From start to finish, it was weird. I, for one, am in the school of thought that Anderson Silva, taking that fight on 48 hours, wasn't really in there to beat DC. He wasn't. He was just there to get paid and not get hurt. I don't think he was trying to fight, period. Riddle me if I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's my conspiracy theory. He wasn't going to go in there and beat up DC.
I don't think it's as much of a conspiracy as it is just plain facts. He literally said after the fight, which a lot of us predicted, he hadn't trained 1 hour for this fight. Like, he hadn't trained at all. He was on the couch and he flew to Vegas to fight. Like, you can only fight so well. You can only be such a good Anderson.
Yeah, but also, like, what's he going to do, though? Is he going to go in there and fucking beat his ass?
A fucking in shape, like, motivated Anderson could possibly do that. Yes, but you saw he had a couple nice, combos, and then other than that, he was just like helpless on the ground.
Yeah. I feel like it was just like he took the fight and was just going to go in there and get paid and let DC
That's what
win.
it felt like.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
So that was weird.
That was weird.
And then what else was weird? Frankie Edgar losing was upsetting.
Wasn't really weird, but
Frankie Edgar. It wasn't weird. Yeah. At least that was a fight, but frustrating for Frankie's couldn't touch Aldo. But it was weird. It was just weird. Every single fight was weird. The Brock Lesnar fight was weird. It was weird. I feel weird. I don't know what to do with my arms.
No, I think weird is the best description of the whole entire.
Yeah, like one fight started and it got weird, and then the weird ended, and then another weird fight started.
Yeah, honestly, I think the last normal fight that we saw was Kane versus Brown.
Yeah, for sure. They threw
amazing.
2 wheel kicks.
Kane threw a fucking wheel kick.
2. He landed 1.
We'll get to that later.
They looked perfect, though.
Yeah, we saw a fucking vintage Cain Velasquez, which I was so excited about because after you have so many injuries and you fucking sit on the fucking bench for so long, you come back and so many times he sucks. Every guy who goes through that, every guy or girl goes through that, 9 out of 10 times comes back a completely different fighter for the worse. And Cain did not. He came back full-fledged Cain Velasquez. It was awesome. He's one of the most exciting fighters to watch. But no, I agree. I agree with you.
What are your thoughts, Julian?
Okay, so
Julian's sad.
I was sad Wednesday night because when Jon Jones dropped out of this fight, I felt like the full potential of this card was a thing of the past. There was no way this fight this whole entire night was going to be what we thought or what we even would have settled for. It was going to be kind of crappy, and it was. And I think a lot of people there's that, the curses, the curses in everything. Basically, I go on the MMA subreddit, but a lot of, anyone you talk to, you'll talk about in MMA how when you have a great card coming up, the MMA gods will sacrifice one of those fights to make the card happen because it's too good to happen all, and so UFC 200 initially was McGregor versus Diaz, right? It was, who else? Fucking, I'm blanking right now. There was McGregor, Diaz, and Jones DC, and then Brock Lesnar against Mark Hunt. And 2 of those fights didn't happen. And this week, on Monday or something, someone posted on the subreddit, it was like, guys, can you believe it? This is actually happening. And everyone in the comments was like, fuck you, dude. What the hell? How dare you? And of course, Jon Jones dropped out. But back to what I was saying is Jon Jones dropping out of this fight in the fashion that he dropped out was just such a kick to the gut that nobody could really get that excited for the fight anymore. You heard it. If you were watching, there was no energy in that arena. People were not.
Because it was weird.
It was weird. Everything was weird. It could have been epic, but instead of epic, it was they had all these tweaks that were meant to make it epic, like the gold octagon and the weird screen. But that all turned weird because of the turn of the events. That screen was
killing me. That screen looked like not a single person in there could actually see what was being on that screen. And then they were televising it to us, and we couldn't really even see what was on that screen. That screen benefited no one. Period.
Screen was fucking
and
shit.
Nobody popped out of it when they brought it up.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Okay, I have a question.
Hold on, I want to give a couple more. Just a couple more. A lot, I feel bad for DC once again because I feel like I'm always feeling bad for DC because what is he going to do? Say no and not fight Anderson? Or no, he fought Anderson, which a lot of people wouldn't have done. He played it safe because you can't lose that fight if you're him. Yeah. You just cannot. Yeah. So he fought his fight, and it wasn't exciting. It wasn't the fight people wanted to see or paid to see. Or flew to Vegas to see or whatever, but it was what it was. And then the whole Brock thing, for some reason, that drew boos. Brock was on the shelf for 5 years and he comes back and he dominates a top 5 opponent. That's fucking impressive. It's impressive. And he almost finished him too. He didn't completely, just smother him on the ground and just not do anything. He was aggressive. He landed punches. He really hurt him, for a second.
I was still hoping for a Mark Hunt top of the head grazing punch. I know. Just magically knocks people out.
But that's what makes this win for Brock all more impressive,
I agree.
Brock, Mark Hunt is terrifying. He's dangerous.
All very impressive.
And then the Misha not showing up. Everything was weird. Nothing went how I thought it was going to go or wanted
If
it
Misha
to go.
had made it out of that first round, she would have been fine.
Yeah,
all you have to do is make it out of that first round against Amanda Nunes, and she's done.
Yeah, but there's one woman on the planet who is built to do that.
And it's Misha Tate.
She is the only fighter who is good at weathering storms and coming back. Like, I don't know what happened to her. She just had a weird night, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to get into the game?
If you want, I want to. Okay.
No, sorry. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
I just like the Jon Jones thing, the pulling out, the watching the video with Dana breaking the news to DC was absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It was so sad to watch and hard to watch because all he wants to do is fight. And we've talked about this with DC, that your career is in someone else's hands right now. Not like all of it, but a lot of it right now.
More than it should be.
And Jon Jones keeps fucking up. Do you think, in the court of public opinion, is this like the end? Like, I know we've all been saying it for a long time. Like, I'm sick of him. He's fucking like squandering his opportunities, you know, not acting like a professional, fucking up and just not taking it seriously. And that he treats everything like he's better than it. Like he can just come back and people love it. Is this his last chance?
It's a loaded question. I think that people were talking about the fact that he potentially could be suspended for 2 years. I think if that suspension happens, it could be the end of Jon Jones in the UFC. Very well end. I think the UFC, like Mark was saying, the UFC should make a statement and cut him.
Yeah.
They should say, we don't want your shit anymore. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Have
they
fun
don't need
elsewhere.
him to break record sales.
You are not bigger than the company.
They don't need him.
Sorry. You had a chance to be greatness and you blew it. So, you know, I think if that suspension from USADA, the drug agency, anti-doping agency, happens, they will cut him. Or even if they don't cut him, even if the UFC is like, yeah, we'll see you in 2 years, 2 fucking years off a fighter's life. I'm sorry. That's a career changer. Like, whatever greatness he could have ever become is no longer a possibility. It's just not.
What about somebody like Nate Diaz, though? Didn't he get suspended?
Nate and Nick have been suspended for smoking weed.
But that's not I'm just saying it's not necessarily a career ender if you get suspended for a couple of years.
I disagree only because
it's Jon Jones and he's done fucked up a million times.
No, it's not even that. I just disagree because you look at Nate and Nick Diaz and their fighting style is so longevity based. You can fight like them way into your 30s and 40s. With Jon Jones, he's a freak fucking athlete. He's someone you want to watch fight because he's incredibly naturally gifted. He's skilled. He's explosive. He's powerful. He's strong. That 2 years off of that style is more detrimental to 2 years off of the slow and the steady boxing that the Diaz's play and the grappling.
I'm just saying, as a viewer, as a fan, I find
popularity-wise?
I find it totally forgivable if somebody gets caught smoking weed and gets suspended, rather than like going out and fucking drag racing and doing the fucking cocaine and
breaking a pregnant woman's arm in an accident from
and then coming back and then failing a drug test and all of the stuff that he's doing that's kind of shitty.
It's hard to like him.
It's like, I'm just saying it is possible for someone to get suspended for doing stuff and come back. But this was Jon Jones' chance, which he now, again, squandered an opportunity.
He squandered his second or third, depending on how you look at it.
Because I think if you know, Nate Diaz or someone that's gotten suspended for drugs or some shit, if they get their chance and they fuck it up again, you know, maybe you'd feel the same way about them. Yeah. I find it hard to like anyone that ruins second chances.
Yeah,
or third chances.
Especially in the manner he's ruined it.
Well, especially when you're a professional athlete. Like, what are you here to do?
Well, he hasn't acted professional at all.
You can't do your job.
4 years.
What do you do?
Yeah, but what you were talking about, how like DC, his career is kind of at the mercy of what Jon Jones just decides to do. It just sucks because DC is a hard worker and he's had an incredibly resilient life. And it's just like you look at him and you're like, I don't know what to do but feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Like you just want to achieve
work.
such greatness and you cannot because this guy is like throwing you under the bus at every stop. And like this, you know what sucks is like DC somehow lost fans. on Saturday night because of how he fought. People were pissed. I mean, you know, one of the most depressing things to look at?
All of those things are out of his control.
Yeah.
Can only control what you have control over. Like, all of those are out of his control.
As much as you like DC, think about this. One of the most depressing things to ever see is his Instagram comments. People are so mean to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
they're like, you're a paper champ. You're a fake. You didn't beat Jones. Like, fuck off. Get out. Like, what can he do? Yeah. He lost the fight against Jones. Big fucking
and he's
deal.
Been waiting to
like,
try
he's
and
been waiting to fight him. He at least would have had a chance to show people that he was going to fight him this Saturday. He couldn't. You know, he's just the real victim in this whole thing.
I understand a little bit because I wasn't always a DC fan until I Wikipedia'd him and was like, wait a second, gave him a chance a little bit, and I get it now, and I am a fan of his. Yeah, and even if he lost against Jon Jones, I'm a fan of his. I just respect him.
Yeah, you can't help but respect him.
Yeah, I wish people would show him a little more respect. Maybe
I know. Yeah. Fuck.
But, okay, I also want to talk about the fact that you had a theory that you thought that Ronda Rousey was going to pop out there at the end. Do you think that if Miesha Tate won, Ronda Rousey was going to pop out and fucking challenge her?
Possibly.
I wanted her to be under that curtain so bad.
So here's my thing on that.
Just pop out. Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
It's me, Ronda.
There's like a Metro commercial where she's like walking like
no,
this.
It's
Like, so many shoulders. Hey guys, that's my fastest knockout. Can you beat it? Why are you moving
your shoulder? Rhonda, calm down. One of my things about that is like I told you, I was like, if Miesha wins, Ronda's going to come into the cage after the fight, and it's going to be a whole thing. That was my logic on why they moved Miesha to the main event.
UFC 200 spectacular theory.
Yeah, that was my logic on why the Miesha Tate Nunes fight was moved to the main event instead of like say Cormier. Whatever.
I mean, it's not a bad theory. I think it's a good theory.
I think in theory it was a good theory, but then you see Lesnar versus Hunt and DC versus Silva, and you're like, now I get why these couldn't be the main events. These are circuses. Yeah. Like, nothing about this represents high-level mixed martial arts. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, Lesnar's amazing. Right. He's a freak athlete, and DC is awesome, but Silva came in like a dad, and he had no training.
Yeah, but it was borderline exhibition almost. They're cross-promoting the WWE nonstop.
It felt really weird when they did that.
He's coming back after, 5 fucking years? Yeah. Nobody knows what to expect. No one's expecting it to be, like, a mind-blowing fight. We're just excited to see Brock Lesnar fight. It's almost exhibition. And he's got a giant WWE whatever the fuck in August. Like, it's not like he's going in there to, break somebody's fucking leg or whatever. He's just in there to
beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it's exhibition almost. Yeah, that can't be the main event.
No, it can't. It was a freak show almost.
He's got millions and millions of dollars to make in August. Yeah. His career is laughing at everybody else's career because he's on the cover of that fucking video game. He sits back in his corner after one round. Do you see him fucking like laughing? At one point he's like smiling and high-fiving.
He was sitting in his corner laughing. He was laughing.
Because his career is laughing at everybody. He is winning.
Yeah.
He's fucking winning.
So ridiculous.
No matter what he does, he's winning.
Yeah.
Collect his paycheck. He's getting double fucking paychecks.
Oh, man.
Double all over the place.
He supposedly made $2.5 million on Saturday night.
Yeah, not to mention how much money he's going to make in August when he does whatever fucking WWE fight.
And also not to mention the fights he'll make in the future that he just set up in the UFC by winning that fight.
But, I mean, everybody's happy for Brock. I feel no problem being here, Brock, take my money.
Exactly. And, that's Brock. Right. That's why it's so exciting that he's back in the UFC because you're like, holy shit, the one and only Brock Lesnar
But nobody expected that to be, the most incredible fight ever.
No.
So they moved Miesha and Amanda Nunes to the headlining fight, and you thought that Ronda Rousey was going to come out.
Yeah, but now...
And she show up.
She didn't show up. But now that I watched all three of those fights, I'm like, you couldn't have had anything but Miesha Nunes as the main event. That was the only legitimate MMA fight.
But as soon as that happened, you and I just looked at each other and we're like, this whole division is a mess. It's a mess.
The women's bantamweight makes no sense.
It's a mess.
It's just, there's no logic.
Holly can beat Ronda. Miesha can beat Holly.
Ronda can beat Miesha.
Ronda can beat Miesha.
Did Ronda beat Amanda Nunes? I don't think she fought her.
I don't think she fought her either because Amanda Nunes is still, her career is
just starting.
Relatively new.
Yeah.
And Nunes can beat Miesha. But Holly can beat Nunes, right? Did they fight?
I don't know. Fuck, I should look that up.
It's like a big
it's such a
clusterfuck.
weird,
Yeah,
but it's not the worst.
It's like
it could be
a giant game of rock, paper, scissors.
But it's cool. Exactly. It's cool though because
it's a mess.
It's a good mess though because if you compare that to say light heavyweight fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. After Saturday night, they're talking about matching DC up with the winner of Anthony Johnson versus Glover Teixeira, who are both just so tired and are not talented enough to be top 5 fighters. They're just not. Like light heavyweight is so sparse with talent right now. It's the most frustrating thing. So when you look at bantamweight, when championships are getting handed over each fight, you're like, holy shit, it's exciting.
It is very exciting.
You know, same with lightweight right now.
But
it's nuts.
it also it's so much more satisfying to watch, even though it's a clusterfuck and a roller coaster, than to watch someone have the belt and then not be able to fight for a while or like dip out for a hot second. Like it's annoying when that happens.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
I like watching people just take it.
I agree.
Lose it and then take it. Although I adore Misha and she's been working like a fucking bulldog for her entire life. And it was nice to watch her win. Sad to watch her lose. But like it is exciting.
Yeah.
Because it's anybody's fucking belt.
Yeah.
At any given time.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the goal? I mean, Dana might argue that the goal is to have one cash cow.
Well, he's learned his mistake. I mean, he was
again.
he was trying to make Conor that cash cow. He was trying to make Paige that cash cow, Ronda that cash cow, and every one of them has kind of let him down because they've lost. And it's just, and Jones now is like kind of fucking himself in the UFC. It's like,
well, Jones can't make anybody money right now.
No, he can't.
He can't even make himself money right now.
Damn, I really wanted to see that fight. If I were to
so when do we find out what happens to Jon Jones?
Probably in the coming week. Probably this week sometime. Yeah, I would think they're going to announce something. At least USADA will make a statement on his suspension. That should, or the trial of his suspension, whatever. Something's going to come out this week.
Are they going to tell us what exactly he tested positive for? Will you tell us what Mark said?
Yeah, he basically has I don't know the name of it, a supplement company sponsoring him. Basically like pre-workout protein, gainer, stuff like that.
Someone's still sponsoring him?
No, before this fight. Shit that you get in a tub, like bodybuilders and powerlifters use, because he was training at a powerlifting gym, so it's natural that I shouldn't use the word natural, it's understandable that he got that sponsorship. So apparently in one of those supplements, he didn't care to read the ingredients, and one of the ingredients was a banned substance. I don't think it was like blatant, like fucking he was juicing, but I think it was a banned substance. I think it had DHEA in it, which you're not supposed to take. And I think it had a disclaimer, obviously, the FDA, when you create a supplement, you have to put a disclaimer, like, if you are being tested, this will not be okay or whatever. And there was an A sample and a B sample. A sample tested positive. He got ejected from the fight. Then the B sample was still out there. Everyone was like, well, what is the B sample going to test? Because that could prove him innocent if it's tested positive. So both samples were positive. It's a really bad look for him.
Sounds careless.
That's what it is. And the amount of times he apologized when he's crying at the press conference. He's like, I'm sorry to UFC. I'm sorry, Dana. I'm sorry, Cormier. That behavior leads me to believe that he knew he was cheating. I'm sorry. Because if he didn't say he's sorry and he's acting like, shit, why is this happening to me? Then it's like, okay, maybe he might have forgotten.
Right. If his knee-jerk reaction was like super fucking angry, like, oh my God, I can't fucking believe this.
Yeah. No tears, just frustration and.
Well, because that's an easier emotion to process when something like that happens to you. Like, I'm so fucking mad. Like, I've done everything that I could. For you to just sit there and cry is sort of like, yeah, maybe you did fucking know. And you got caught.
I mean,
he's not even outraged. Something. He's upset for himself.
Yeah.
He's not sorry to Dana.
Mark, what you were saying though, Mark, he texted me like Thursday right after the Jones news broke. He said, what the fuck happened to Jon Jones? And I said, he apparently didn't know there was this, an ingredient in a supplement that had a banned substance. And he said, was the ingredient a needle with a testosterone symbol on it? Did he accidentally sit on it?
I like how Mark was calling the Mark Hunt Brock Lesnar fight a little game of punchy face.
Punch face. That's what Mark Hunt says.
Punch face.
Yeah.
Punch
so
face.
Anytime Mark Hunt was asked a question about Lesnar, he was like, "Oh, I just want to play punch face."
Punch face. Yeah. Nice. That's funny.
Yeah.
Punch face is pretty cool.
Man, weird night. Weird fucking night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but for those athletes out there who do take supplements and they aren't on the banned substance list and you won't get tested positive for them, you're just taking good supplements to be an awesome athlete, put them in your backpack from 5-Star. Because 5-Star has the best awesome backpacks, extra large backpacks. Check out this backpack. Okay, so you see how this comes from the front all the way to the back? So why don't you just like look inside
from
there?
The front to
There's
the
some stuff in there too for you. Why don't you do a little demo?
Where my supplies at? From
Where are
the front to back. What? What do you? What
all right, so this is the expandable backpack. All right, it's designed with students in mind. Okay, it's an extra large backpack, expands to an additional 7 inches for added storage. Straps distribute weight comfortably. See how the straps come from the back to the front? It distributes. So this is the expandable storage right here. See that?
Yeah, I see. It's like a suitcase.
It's like a suitcase. Separate padded compartment secures and protects laptops. So there's a laptop compartment for you guys who need to bring your laptop to school. There's a quick and easy expanding, easy access with the zipper on the side, which allows like you to hang it in your locker. So if you hang it in your locker, there's a quick zipper on top that you don't have to unhang it to get stuff out. In there, we got the 5-Star Flex Hybrid Note Binder, which acts like a notebook, works like a binder. Dude, I wish we had this kind of school technology when I was in school. This
All I
shit
had
is
was
dope.
Lisa Frank, and it just like broke all the time because I loved it.
Speaking of which,
Well, this is cool.
your mom wanted me to talk to you and ask you about your Trapper Keeper.
I loved my Trapper Keeper.
What was your Trapper Keeper?
I just had really cute stuff. My Trapper Keeper.
I bet your Trapper Keeper wasn't as dope as this stuff, though.
No, like all of this stuff is just like not what we had at all. We just had paper folders and like a Trapper Keeper, and that was it.
Yeah. It's
And
pretty
then
sweet.
Pieces of paper. And that's why half of my shit would just get destroyed, like in the snow.
I know. This shit's like, look at this. It's like, look at this material. Like, nothing's getting in here.
What even are you even?
Guys, show off your sweet selfie skills and
sticker
enter the
packet.
Express Your Selfie sweepstakes. Create your one-of-a-kind selfie with cool characters, fun props, and more for your chance to win one of 55 awesome prizes, including the hottest tech devices, gift cards, and more. Go to mead5star.com/sweeps to enter the sweepstakes.
It's cool in here. All right, I took a trip inside the backpack. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Wow.
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 Choose 5-Star products for all your back to school needs, guys. 5-Star is truly quality right here. And our other sponsor this week is really cool. It's called Tracker. It's spelled Trackr, like track R.
Tracker.
It's this tiny coin-sized device, all right? And you can locate misplaced keys, wallets, phones, stuff like that. Just pair your tracker to your smartphone, attach it to anything, and find its precise location with the tap of a button.
So sick.
It lasts for a year. The battery lasts for a year, and then you, I think, switch or charge the battery.
Holy shit.
But the app will give you a notification when the battery is dying, so you will know to switch it out. If you lose your phone, just press the button on the tracker, and your phone rings.
Holy fuck.
So it connects to your phone via the app, so it can work like vice versa. You can find things with the tracker attached to it, or you can find your phone with your tracker. Really cool.
Can you put it on your Cermet?
You can put it on your Cermet, but only items. Listener, you guys, if you want to get 30% off your entire order with Tracker, go to TheTracker, the Tracker. You spell out fulltracker.com, promo code Jenna Julien. You get 30% off your entire order. Really cool stuff and really helpful because everyone I know loses everything important. If you have a fucking vlogging camera,
True.
if you have a phone, if you have a wallet, just don't want to lose it.
Or if
Attach a
somebody
tracker
tries to
it.
steal your shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's always good to have an eye on your belongings.
not today.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors.
2 new sponsors this week. That's exciting. All
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
right, so I got a game, okay? The game is called
I'm excited.
Can We Blame Jones? So basically, I compiled...
Something tells me that you're harboring a little bit of resentment.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I compiled over 20 facts that happened at UFC 200. Things that are factual. They are not up for debate. They literally happened. And it is up to us to figure out if we can blame Jon Jones for that happening. And we can debate about it. We can get crafty with it, because I feel like, in a sense, you can kind of blame everything. Like, thank Jones, Palma.
Oh, my God.
All right, you want to start?
Yes.
All right, so Juliana Pena won and asked for a title shot. Can we blame Jones?
Oh, I'm still just, like, getting over that Juliana Pena won. Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay, why?
Because we can.
Okay, my excuse to blame Jones is because if Jon Jones was on the card, Kat Zingano would have been more excited to beat Juliana Pena.
There we go.
All right, number 2.
Juliana Pena would have been too excited and lost focus.
Yeah. Yeah. She was going to be too excited to get a selfie with Jon Jones after the fight. All right, number 2. DC somehow loses more fans once again for doing nothing wrong. That's 100% Jones's fault.
100% Jon Jones'
Easy one.
fault.
Number 3. Anderson lost his first light heavyweight fight. 100% Jones's fault. Can you see
Anderson, you know you're undefeated at light heavyweight, right? He's so goofy.
He's a goofball.
He is such a goofball.
Did you see the video Dana posted on his Instagram when Anderson stepped up?
What?
Dana's hanging with Anderson, and he looks at the camera and he's like, he's back. And Anderson goes, I'm back.
I love the way he talks, though.
Yeah. He's self-aware. He's a self-aware meme.
Yes.
Right, he's very funny.
He's very good.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Number 4. The octagon being painted a dehydrated pea-colored gold.
Yeah, what was that?
Is that Jones's fault?
Yes.
It's Jones's fault.
It's all his fault.
I honestly think he probably sent the UFC an email and said, I'm so excited for this big card. Can you please make the octagon the color of my pea? And then he sent him a picture of his pea.
It wasn't... They could have made it gold, though. They could have made it shiny and gold.
It was weird yellow.
That color is not gold. That color is yellow.
Okay.
It's
we both agree
yellow.
that we're still 4 for 4. Jones's fault.
It's all his fault.
All right. Number
Everything.
5. We got to come up with a reason. Number 5. Dana White's blood pressure raising so high that it melted his razor when he tried to shave, and he couldn't even shave for the fight.
100%. I'm convinced that Dana did not shave because he hadn't slept in days because his blood pressure was so high.
He had not slept all week.
Because of Jon Jones.
His blood pressure was so high.
Because of... Feel this guilt, Jon. Look at Dana's face.
That is so deeply Jon Jones' fault.
You did this to Dana.
So deeply his fault.
His doctor's already so mad at him. Look at his face. You did this.
Yeah, right? Like, Jon Jones is making Dana White's doctor so much money.
You're killing him.
Like 3 doctor's visits a week because of Jon Jones.
3 a week.
All right. Number 6. Mike Goldberg having an exceptionally zonked out night of commentating.
Oh, my God.
Like, was he weird? Like, especially weird?
So it was
He's
so
Joe Rogan's
bizarre.
commentating partner. For
It
those
was
that don't
really
know.
bizarre. It
was
was
bizarre.
A couple of times, Joe just straight up interrupted him and was like...
Because he was going on about some random shit.
Yeah. Fighting styles, they make a fight. Okay, so he's going for...
Yeah, he's going for the arm. Like, shut up, Mike, about fighting styles. He's taking his arm right now.
They showed that... the pictures of whatever fighters and what remember that's what started us like being like, is he all right? Because he was like, this is looking to be a great matchup.
Yeah,
Was
there was a
bizarre.
weird pause that you were like, is he okay? What was that pause, Mike Goldberg?
I don't know.
Number 7. So that's obviously Jones's fault.
All his fault.
Yeah, right. Because Mike is like, he doesn't even know what he's doing anymore. He's like, I was expecting Jon Jones. Now I think I'm in
I
Japan.
feel like Mike was prepared for a Jon Jones fight
Everyone
and then
had to
had a
scramble.
giant adrenaline dump and just forgot how to do his job.
I think the fans had an adrenaline dump. Bless you, Mouse.
Thank you.
Bless you, Mouse. All right, number 7. Connor having one moment of camera time that lasted long enough for us not to see him until UFC 202. Mm. Did you remember that shot? Mm-hmm. When he's just like...
It was way too long. Yeah, he didn't do anything.
That's Jones's fault.
Yeah,
if he's not there,
they had to put him on there.
They had to put him on because they had no Jon Jones backstage warming up, killing some fucking pads to look at. Although I will say there was one really cool. I'll show you. There's one really cool picture that someone snapped of Connor looking at the Edgar Aldo fight. Look at this picture. Look at Connor in this picture. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, it is sick. He
He's
looks
just
like a
basically
panther stalking
he's like
its prey
standing
from
outside the cage, just staring at Jose Aldo.
Or is he inside the cage?
I'm sure a lot of you saw it.
Looking out.
All right, both those things are Jones's fault. All right. Number 8, Jon Jones crying. Is that Jon Jones's fault?
Always. What bad stuff you think does Jon Jones have to cry about
right?
that isn't his own fault?
Don't you dare play the victim.
You
boy.
have an enchanted life, sir.
Boy, don't you cry, boy.
Boy,
Everyone else gets to cry, not
those tears are your fault.
Number 9, DC crying. 100% Jones's fault.
Oh my God. You made DC cry. Why?
All right, number 10. Anderson eating a pizza before weigh-ins. That's definitely Jon Jones's fault. And if you think I'm lying, that actually happened.
You eat that pizza, Anderson.
In the UFC Embedded vlog series, he's hanging out with Dana, and he's eating a piece of pizza. Like, there's pizza in Anderson's mouth. While Dana goes up to him and says, hey, you know you're undefeated at light heavyweight, right? And he's like...
Yeah, he's like, why are you eating pizza? You gotta fight tomorrow.
He's gonna fight. He's like, yeah, I'm underweight.
I'm
I normally
underweight.
fight at middleweight. Just full-blown dad bod. All right, number 11. Travis Brown finally being beaten out how he should have been beaten many fights ago, because just go away.
Wait, that's not Jon Jones' fault.
It's Jon Jones' fault. Travis Brown is a guy who thinks he's just God's gift. And so when he was fighting on Jon Jones' card, he was in full form. He was like, oh, I'm going to go beat Kane because Jones is fighting. But then Jones dropped out and Travis is like, I feel weird now. But dude, Travis sucks, dude. I'm so happy he lost. Thank you, Kane, for beating him.
Yeah, but you're saying it's Jon Jones's, that's a good thing. Like Jon Jones did us a favor.
Oh, fuck. All right, so it's Jon Jones' fault that Travis Brown ever won at all. That's how it's going to go.
Savage. Oh my God, Julia.
That's fair, right?
Super fair.
Super fair.
Super fair.
Number 12. Ronda not entering the octagon after the main event. 100% Jones' fault. Ronda should have floated down from the sky.
Oh my God. I wanted
She
her.
should have floated down like this.
Yeah, I wanted her to then pull up that curtain and it's just Ronda fucking beating up herself.
Just fighting
because
with
that's
herself.
what's happening in Ronda's living room right now. She's beating herself up.
Yeah. All right, that's fair, right? Jon Jones' fault.
It's all Jon Jones' fault.
Number 13. During both the fights and the commentary in between the fights, the screen graphics being so loud that you can't hear anything or yourself think. Do you guys notice that? Like during the fight, you will try to hear Joe Rogan being like, "Oh, he's pulling guard," and then this graphic appears, and and you're just like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Loud.
Like the levels weren't mixed. The mics, did you notice the mics were shit all night?
Mm-hmm. And they kept cutting to that film camera.
What the fuck was that?
The frame rate was totally different.
That's what I said. Terrible. The floor cam, the cam that was on the floor of the canvas,
so distracting,
looking like basically on the ground of the fighters. It was It was 24 frames a second. The other cameras, I think, were 30 or 60. That was 24. It looks so fucking weird.
It's very distracting.
All right, that's Jon Jones' fault.
All his fault.
Yeah.
Clearly. They
built a T-Mobile arena. They built an entire fucking arena in Las Vegas for that fight. Not for that fight, but they used a brand new arena. And everything else sucked in it. The graphics, the audio, everything was shit. They had a whole new arena. And you can't even get your AV together.
I didn't realize that they built that arena for that.
No, they didn't build it for UFC 200, but it is a new combat sports arena that was just built. All right.
That whole building is his fault.
Yeah.
Jon Jones, you did this. Sit with the guilt.
Number 14. Sage Northcutt being cut in his fight from an elbow and bleeding in the shape of a Reebok logo.
When you said that, I almost cried laughing.
I did. I came up with that was a good joke.
Sage Northcutt got a cut in his eye, and his blood bled in the shape of a Fight Pass subscription.
Yeah. All right, that's Jones's fault. Number 15. The fans really had just like no energy all night. Everyone was just tired and over it.
It was weird.
Yeah. They had about enough energy.
It was all Jon Jones' fault. Okay, I have one.
What?
Tom Brady and Justin Timberlake sitting next to each other, wearing matching little Skelly caps or whatever. They probably got dressed at each other's house and went to the fight together, holding hands. Jon Jones' fault.
This is your fault. Both of those hats being created. Jon Jones went to Italy, watched those hats get built.
He lived in Boston for like 60 years, started the trend. gave them their hats, did it, went forward in time, became Jon Jones. This is all his fault.
100%. Fair enough. Number 16, the Reebok fight kits still sucking.
Yeah, they don't look right. And you said that
Jon Jones designed the fight kit.
You said that in highlight reels now of people's like past knockouts, they've been blurring out old sponsors.
Thanks, Reebok.
Thanks, Jon Jones.
Number 17, Brock fucking Lesnar somehow at one point being booed. Do you remember that? He took Mark Hunt down and was ground and pounding, and he fucking got booed.
Oh, because people don't like watching that.
No, because they were tired after DC taking Anderson down. They were like, oh, no more takedowns. We're going to boo you.
Yeah,
they booed Brock Lesnar.
They paid for a circus. They wanted a circus. Come out on an elephant or go home.
Jon Jones caused that.
This is your fault.
He sent a text message personally to every single person in the audience saying, boo right now. Number 18.
You sent a mass text.
The fact that the UFC decided to start cross-promoting with the WWE like a lot.
And Chuck Liddell just suddenly fucking... We trusted you, Chuck. We trusted you.
Comes out of nowhere to sell WWE video games.
You can't do that, Chuck.
It's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Jon, this is your fault.
Horrible.
Look what you've done.
Look what you did, miss.
Niece.
Number 19. Anderson getting on his knees and bowing to his security guard after his fight. That's...
He was just bowing in the octagon, but the way that his security guard was standing, who was like this tall, by the way.
He's like, are you bowing to me?
It just looked like he was bowing to his security.
We were saying that after that, he was just going to go individually to bow to everyone in the
Everyone in the audience.
It's going to take like 6 hours.
They're trying to clear out the arena, and he's still bowing.
Yeah. Number 20, Cain Velasquez throwing not one, but 2 spinning wheel kicks. And landing it. That's Jon Jones' fault.
Yeah, because Jon Jones created an alternate universe.
Yeah, that's exactly
Cain Velasquez throws wheel kicks.
Jon Jones created an alternate universe by fucking
doesn't telegraph them. You don't even see him coming.
Everything was weird.
Good.
This whole alternate universe was never supposed to exist, but it was so weird. No one had ever put any time into it. It was like going to be weird. No one's going to see it. But then Jon Jones fucking switched universes and was like, now you have to have the weird universe.
We're in an alternate universe.
We are in the nth dimension because of Jon Jones. Number 21. The fact that Amanda Nunes, who's now a champion wearing a gold UFC belt, made 1/25th of what Brock Lesnar made.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I will appreciate that
supposedly
she's openly gay she's a champion and
that's
Brazilian.
Awesome. That is
it's all awesome.
That is
1/25th though?
So this is the figure I read, which, take it with a grain of salt because a lot of these figures that come out the next day are wrong sometimes, or off. She supposedly made $100K.
No.
And Lesnar made $2.5 million. So that's 1/25th, I believe.
That's not fair.
The end. All of that is
Jon Jones created unequal pay so bad.
Yeah. Oh,
you did this.
Apparently DC made half as much as he was supposed to make. Because they had to pay Anderson.
God.
Right? Or, I mean, I don't know. Why? You tell me why. Because I don't know. They had to pay Anderson. It's not an excuse. There's no excuse to not pay DC.
I don't fucking know, man.
Oh, God. All right. So,
that was a fun game. They should have gave Johnny Hendrix's 20% off.
Oh, God. Johnny Hendrix, get out. All right. You know what? That is our game. It just made me more depressed about last night. So, let's finish it by this, okay? You have a conversation scheduled to talk to yourself 1 year ago, and you get to give them one fact about UFC 200 that you think that they will never believe, but it's a fact. What can you think of as like a cohesive thought or fact telling someone a year ago that would think you're crazy for saying, but it actually happened?
Amanda Nunes has a belt.
That's it?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. I would say in 1 year, Brock Lesnar's he's gonna fight at UFC 200 directly after Anderson on the same UFC 200 card carries out his 4-year losing streak.
And Miesha Tate fights after everyone.
And then Miesha Tate fought. 4-year losing streak, Anderson Silva. I'd be like, nah, you crazy, B. What a weird fucking weekend.
It was so weird.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast of us discussing this weird as fuck event. You know,
Jon Jones, I want my money back. I want my life back. I want my fucking time back. I want everything back.
The saving grace is the fact that Fight Pass, Fox Sports, all the prelims were basically main cards.
Yeah.
Like, we had a bunch of great fights before it got
spoiled.
weird. And we got to see Kane.
Spoiled.
And, yeah, Lowe's on one, go Boston.
It really was like such a mind fuck to think, like, even yesterday and the day before, like, there are still more fights.
Gegard Mousasi fought on Fight Pass.
Yeah.
It was,
yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, all in all, I'd say the entire scope of UFC 200, like the days leading up, and like completely spoiled. It was so fucking fun to watch days of fights.
Yeah.
And
I gotta say, that's probably the most entertaining week of UFC Embedded I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
For the good, for better or worse. You know,
sure.
Like it was.
I'd say overall, yes. But like yesterday, like last night, very weird. But like the whole thing, I'd say was pretty successful.
Yeah, like exactly. Like
awesome.
in 7
as a fan, you feel spoiled.
Yeah. In 7 days, we got more amazing fights than we've ever gotten in any 7 days.
True.
But it should have been epic, and it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you can only do what you can do. And I think they tried everything. But, you know.
But we played this game, and this gave us a lot of answers.
When you lay your head down tonight, make sure you pray for Dana. I don't know if Dana's all right.
Dana White
do
right
you think
now.
Dana's all right?
Dana, you all right? You all right, dog?
Dana, are you all right?
Dana, you need to come have some pizza? Dana, your doctor is tired of seeing you. Get your shit together. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Yeah. If you don't watch fights or MMA or UFC, we'll see you guys next week. But you don't hear this because you already signed off. Make sure you check out our sponsors, Tracker and 5-Star. Awesome stuff. Links in the description. And please support them as it makes the show free for you. We appreciate you. Sure. We'll see you guys in a week.
Bye, fam. Love you, fam.